Hello everyone, for anyone who's new to this channel, I'm Finn, and I'm here to lead you down a magical fucking rainbow into the pot of shit of which Twitch is slowly brewing. Now this video isn't by any necessarily put hate on Twitch. By all means, I think it's one of the greatest platforms to stream on ever. I am nothing more than just like a humble viewer who bounces around and watches shit and decides with a group of my friends that maybe I should make a video about this. Now, I'm not a big streamer by any means, or even a YouTuber by that shot, so honestly this is just content that I felt should be made, or should be said, or if already has been said, re-say it, but just cooler. I might make an ongoing series into this subsection of content of rants and shit, because some people actually seem to enjoy it to some extent, or knowledge, or they're more knowledgeable of this fucking thing. But anyways, I've noticed a few things with Twitch, how the community is slowly molding into this weird space of metas, toxic environments, and just weird fucking people who are slowly coming to Twitch, which I'll be addressing like one at a time. But mainly hot tub streamers. I don't think I'm gonna get into the egos exactly, but since hot tub streamers fall under some sort of subcategory that e-girls have taken advantage of, I might as well explain that shit as well, or at least some of it. Now, before I hop straight into this motherfucker, let me give some context to for those who do not know what necessarily is fucking going on, and before every girl online thinks that this is correlating to you, it's not, unless you do these things I'm about to mention. Now, recently Twitch has been having this back and forth with hot tub streamers and its term of services, where interestingly enough, the hot tub streamers are without a doubt finding loopholes in the system and are pushing the absolute fuck out of the boundaries of Twitch. Twitch overall is becoming more and more submissive as time goes by, which is obvious. When Twitch a long time ago was even warning or giving out bans on certain clothing that women could or could not wear on streams, to I guess being able to wear almost nothing at all and twerk in front of cameras. Dope. to avoid legal engagement, which I'm sure there is because they have to bend contracts or the terms and services to be able to ban these people or to do anything like any course of action. Instead, they cater more and more as time goes by, and eventually leading to the highly talked about whole ass new category: hot tub streams, pool streams, etc., etc., which is a whole meme in itself. Now, I'm not gonna sugarcoat this, be like a sugarcoating fucking idiot when it comes to this. Yeah, I do blame some of these girls for pushing this way more than it needed to be, and for Twitch for enabling it just to make a few bucks. And when I mean a few bucks, I mean like probably enough, I don't know, to probably buy yourself a new house, nothing new, or a new life, or some new stuff. But like, I'll talk more about the marketing behind this shit later. But let me just get back to the role of the context. These girls have been enabling pretty much the best way that I can explain it, in the words of Penguins, softcore porn, and from being in bikinis and doing yoga, to jumping on trampolines, to casually sitting in a hot tub while is playing Call of fucking Duty, which some of these girls have replaced their entire $800 gaming chair for a fucking hot tub, which, be quite frankly honest with y'all, they're just blown up kitty dolls with heat pads underneath. And to body art, to writing names of their subscribers on their own body. Sound familiar? To being in obvious positions that show off their sexual aspects of their bodies, like their tits or their ass. And sometimes these girls will be like statues in these positions for hours on end. And the greatest part about this is that literally it has Twitch by the balls, and maybe in a very literal sense. Now there's reasons why I don't like this particular shit, and why everyone else doesn't like this heaping horny cesspool, and I'm gonna address some of my own reasons. One second, I'm just gonna take a quick break. I swear that wasn't a bong, that was just me drinking water. Ugh. Anyways, the first part for me is that I think it's the youngest age. The youngest age to make and own an account on Twitch is 13. You repeat after me, class. 13. Without a doubt in my mind, there are probably even younger people on the damn site itself, which of course anyone's stupid argument would be, oh well, it's the internet, they can just gain access to porn or something, which I could be like, yeah, that's great. Twitch is enabling 13-year-olds to run around and be horny on their platform, and that sounds great. Also, this content, which is just straight up destroys the idealistic values of like beauty, and also slightly corrupts the shit out of this generation of people who are influenced by this bullshit. Who are where it kind of feels like this weird who is sexier competition, and our main idea of beauty is showing off our most sexual appealing aspects of ourselves. Like for girls, their bust, the hips, the ass or tits. Yeah. And for guys, just revolving anything of how fucking buff you are. Like when did people start turning into some sort of episode of Jersey Shore? Like I thought a fuck ton of people were laughing at this shit a long time ago, but I guess it's just like a thing now. I'm aware that Twitch has like a mature audience age, but a button like for like its streams and shit. But it's like, who cares? Just because the platform has the button, I don't think their mature audience only is going like, it means they should go fucking ham, guys. Just go nuts on the content. Do some fucking borderline softcore porn BDMS shit and blow out your fucking bag doing exercises. Nah, just for games that are labeled mature or for mature languages or audience should be what the mature button is used for. And that kind of brings me up to my second reasoning as between this is just the community. I'm sure in some way that the hot tub streams or dancing streams or ASMR streams were a very innocent thing at some point in time. It could be considered just normal. But now, because of this entire meta is taking advantage of, not only does that ruin the entire category for some, but communities for others, or it can just be misinterpreted and it kind of destroys that entire community in general. And it kind of just gets overrun by e-girls who take advantage of sex marketing, which again I'll explain later. Twitch's and my third one is that Twitch's own moderation of the platform and its TOS of what is or what is not allowed. Twitch is very much a platform that acts before thinking or reaching out or giving warnings or even just communicating to its community. A lot of people for ages have been talking about how Twitch usually never hears out the individuals of the platform, and even if it is a credibly well-known individual on the platform itself, Twitch has always had difficulties reaching out to its community and just simply asking, which Twitch will go to enforce rules that are existent or non-existent, existing invisible fucking rules we can't see unless we put on our fucking monocle and read the damn fine print. And my fourth reason for me kind of ranting about this shit is that this is a meta that everyone's been talking about. Now, for some of you that don't know what the terminology comes from, it comes from like MMORPG acronyms, which sounds nerdy as shit, but just stay with me. It stands for the most effective tactic available. Now, this is an incredibly effective way, the whole hot tub streams, if you have big tits and you're hot as fuck, to gain a concurrent viewership for doing pretty much fucking nothing. Making the grind to have a following much more easier, or a subscription viewership, which is also makes it a whole lot easier again still. And on top of that, I believe Twitch tried to get rid of this by demonetizing the quote-unquote ad revenue, but I'm telling you this right now, an ad revenue is barely a portion of any of the money that you really do make on Twitch. I think Amaranth even mentioned that herself when she was talking about this. And also B, they earn a shitload of money doing pretty much fucking nothing again. Sitting in a pool, doing basic exercises, dances, chilling, which the metas themselves aren't always a bad thing, but there should always be a fine line drawn when realizing the equity and the equality of the entire platform, especially if people want to do this as a living eventually. Now, I'm sure there is a fuck ton more reasons, which I'm just gonna leave it to your own comments below to rant on about. But if there is something I am gonna put out there, which I do think it kind of correlates this a lot. Me getting to this part is something I saw or heard Muggy say on one of his videos when he was talking about this ASMR stuff. which is which this is very true, I think, on a very basic level, is that the internet is filled with a lot of horny dudes and sex sales. Now, sex appeal or sex in general has always been a business marketing strategy for almost anything, advertisements or commercials you see on television or YouTube, even video games, where a lot of the times even the developers of games will over-sexualize certain characters in video games to marketize it. A perfect example of this is just a meme where like a level 100 male character will get this big ass suit of armor, and meanwhile the only thing protecting the female character are a bikini, bra straps, or clothes that are so tight, I don't think even the outer space can compete with how much lack of oxygen flow is going on through there. And of course, online social platforms, where our society is built with that pretty much high demand for sex, and these girls on Twitch pretty much kind of supply a little bit, which is a little fucking weird. Why don't you just go to Pornhub or something like that? That makes more sense to me. But anyways, I feel like this puts a huge pro and con for any female streamer that eventually obtains some sort of attention. If you're petite, cute, and look good, you're bound to gain a very easy following. And this is a very statistical thing. There is a lot of dudes online, and they enjoy the company of a female companion, even if it means they're watching them. Weird as fuck to say, but there's a lot of lonely and desperate dudes, or there is just something much more appealing in watching a woman over a man. And if there is a mediumish portion of girls that are abusing their overall appearance to draw in the sexual marketing aspects of it, then some casual female streamers that have absolutely nothing to do with that aspect of Twitch at all can come across a platform where they came to develop a community, only to realize that the entire community is being dominated by horny dudes later on into the future. Now, losing track of the main point, so let's just reel it back to reality. What type of shit that Twitch could do entirely to get rid of this whole meta in general? I think just simply Twitch needs to step up and say, nah, this shit is weird. It ain't as cheap. Like the TOS of Twitch, it needs to be like an ongoing, continuous change, and I feel like Twitch should reach out to the community and go through a thorough explanation of what is being done to the TOS before enacting its rules. Because as time goes by, the community eventually changes, and the TOS should be the standard, like the very obvious rule book of things that can or cannot be done on Twitch, and so that way they can mold a safe community for everyone to be able to thrive in and make enjoyable content in. Also, this is more of a personal suggestion. I think Twitch should revert or change its main focus back into video game focused platform, instead of just allowing all-around streaming platform. It's kind of depressing that just chatting is the largest growing category, but I'll cut into that later. I think this hot tub stream has nothing to do with the community that Twitch was trying to build in the first place, and like they are slowly going down this horny rabbit hole, which is just allowing or enabling pretty much anything. And as I touch on to this, there's a lot of these beautiful girls on their hot tub streams and stuff like that, and they don't need to do this. They don't. There are some girls that are actually incredibly attractive, very, very beautiful, and they don't need to kind of touch onto this subject at all. And they're probably talented enough to gain a followership without having to deal with all that sexual marketing aspects to kind of gain even a huger following to it. And I'll dive into that a little bit more when I address maybe e-girls just in general, or just the female aspect of it, because I think that's kind of important. And I'll dig in and I'll have a little bit more information on that on a later date. I think this rant in general is pretty good. Thank you for anybody that watched. If you're still watching, I guess I stream on my personal account or anybody's. If you guys just want to join the Discord and just vibe or some shit, you can, or give me some suggestions. I wanted to make this video because I always talk about it. I guess I just have a lot of fucking free time under my hands. So if you guys like the video, hit a like, hit a subscribe, do something nice, I guess. I don't fucking know. It's all up to you. Unless you're angry or upset with whatever this rant has to talk about, then that's completely fine as well. I really don't give a shit. But anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you all have a lovely day.